25 and 49 had their starters, and that was big for those guys. And obviously, we wanted that 41-pound. We wanted that 33 too. We wanted those guys, but the crowd was into it. The team was into it. So those first 4 weights were exciting.
Is that, it's all still kind of new to me. Is that disappointing when they don't
Sure.
bring it?
Yeah.
And you did it too, right, with Anthony, I assume, Parati?
No, Parati's hurt. Parati has an injury from the other night, so we'll have a better idea come Monday as far as his injury goes. But he's hurt. Otherwise, he would have wrestled. We're not. As far as those other guys, is it normal? I don't know. They're the #1 team in the country. I guess they felt they can wrestle some other guys, so it doesn't take away from the way our guys wrestled though and competed.
How about Kenny's match? I think he was down 6-2 and rallies for a 7-6 win. What did he show you today?
Keep fighting. Keep fighting hard. Things aren't going to go your way. You're wrestling one of the best teams in the country. There's going to be some ups. There's going to be some downs in the course of the match. Keep fighting, and that's what he did. And we got to get all 10 guys doing that consistently. But that's what I take out of that. You're down 6-2. Let's find a way to chip away at it, get back in it, and keep fighting.
Is this another step for your program, atmosphere and all that of it?
I don't look at that anymore. I think the atmosphere is going to be like we keep wrestling these teams. It is what it is. We're going to always have that atmosphere. It's going to get better. As we get better, it's going to continue to get better and more exciting all the way through. But I don't look at it as it's great. It's a great crowd and Sunday afternoon. But that should be the norm.
How was the effort today as compared to what happened Friday night?
It's hard to. It's a good question. It's hard to. I thought we had a little bit more spunk, a little bit more fight, especially early on. These guys are good. The efforts. These guys are good. They were good Friday night. We wrestled maybe the 3 best programs with the 4th best program coming up next Friday night. So these guys are good. They could take you out of matches but I thought overall, I'm proud of the way this team, for the first time since I've been here, and I don't know what it was like before then, but for the first time since I've been here, flew away on a Friday or Thursday, wrestled a match at a high level, and then had to get back on a plane, get back last night. Didn't say a word, got in our wrestling room around 7 o'clock at night, got after it, got their weight down. It's the difference. It's not an excuse, it's a difference. Minnesota had to do it as well, but for the first time, our program had to do that. Not a word, got to work, and then we're ready to wrestle today. I thought we were ready to wrestle. I thought where we lost, they were better than us. They were better than us.
I'm sorry, Coach. There was one moment when Andrew, I thought it was 2012. I'm sorry. I was thinking, I just saw when you went, and I just saw that kid, Schiller. I just thought,
Yeah.
almost a replay there, because if you somehow, with Billy coming up, you could have won the match.
Yeah.
We got a shot there. Or whatever.
That's what's he, the #1 guy in the country. You're going to have to do a little bit more than get close. If you're going to put a stamp on it and finish the match. And he had an opportunity there, but that's why he's the #1 kid in the country.
How long has there been reviews in
3 years now. 3 years.
And do you have you can do it anytime you want? Or
You get one. If you don't win the challenge, you lose it for the match.
Anthony, how tough was what Coach was just talking about, the quick turnaround on Friday? On your body, on your mind, how tough is that?
It's tough, but all the Big Ten teams are doing it right now, so it's nothing to complain about. I thought it was like something unique that we were doing, but not really. You look at everyone else's schedule, they're doing the same thing, so you just got to be tough and really trust your coaches, what they're going to tell you, and just go with the flow, just get the job done.
What was your mindset when you saw you weren't facing one of the Dardanes brothers? How did that change at all? I mean, how did you stay, I guess, up for that?
I'm up for every match. I mean, I want to treat every match like it's the national finals. I think that's what the best wrestlers do, but it was definitely upsetting. I lost. I had a chance to beat them last time in Vegas in the last 10 seconds of the match, so I really wanted to get that one back, but they're the #2 in the country, so it's not like they got one good guy at every weight. It's like they got backups that are just as good. They're going to replace them. They graduate 5 seniors next year. I'm sure that those guys are going to be the starters eventually. So, I mean, it's a good win. A win's a win in Division I, especially in the Big Ten. So I'm excited about that. I felt my offense was really good for the first time this year. I felt like I opened it up a little bit, and I'm pretty happy. I'm upset I didn't get the major at the end, but it is what it is. Move forward.
Kenny, biggest win ever, you think? I mean, maybe college level?
No, I don't think it's my biggest win. I think it was definitely stuck in there and fought hard and just kind of went after it. I was down, in the beginning of the match and
I just kind of had to switch levels a little bit and get after it.
Okay, what do you do when you're down 6-2, you take the 7-6 lead, I think there was about a minute to go. How do you play that last minute?
I think I just wanted to ride tough. I think I got that takedown, and, my riding game is very strong, and I just wanted to ride him tough. Maybe look for a quick 2, which I was going for, but it just didn't work out that way. But I, just secured the win.
Kenny, it seemed like in the first half of the year you had some matches not go your way. How does it feel to finally get one going your way after coming back?
It's good. It's a good feeling. I had a win this last Friday, and just felt good. 2 Big Ten wins. Feeling strong, feeling confident, and just trying to push forward and compete at this level.
Just to both wrestlers, what improvements have you seen from you go against the top 2 team in Ohio State, and now you do it again? What improvements have you seen in that time frame? Or rather, not Ohio State.
You mean?
Iowa.
Yeah.
I'll go first, I guess. We had a lot of effort versus Iowa, I think, and pretty equal effort level versus tonight. But I think a big jump from Illinois to now. I think the guys, we got on the plane and it was we want to kind of get back what happened Friday night. It didn't really go our way. We really thought going into the match we were going to win the match. Everyone was pretty confident, and we didn't really wrestle well. So it was really exciting to get back into our home crowd and see what we can do, see how we bounce back. Because national tournament round of 12, you lose in the quarterfinals, you need to bounce back quick. I mean, just another test to see what we can do at this level.
Yeah, what's that like going on a plane and coming back? You're like a pro, that's got to play in. I know you guys are
We're
so
not,
focused.
we're in the back of the plane. We're
You're in
not,
the back of the
take it
plane.
easy like the
Yeah.
pros.
But
It's not
I
like
mean,
we're kicking our feet up,
You
Harry.
got the movie going, but I mean, you're in Illinois one night, and then,
Yeah.
it's got to have something, you got to be focused, man. I mean, with your health and everything, to get your sleep and stuff, that's.
Yeah, I think it's both sides. It's also cool to see, to go across the country and wrestle. I mean, not many guys have the opportunity to do that, so I think try to trick your mind, kind of start thinking like that. Not many people have the opportunity to do what we do. It's a unique thing, and I try to just look forward to it and treat it like it's national finals, like I said. I mean, going out to Illinois, I didn't wrestle my best, definitely. I lost the match, and I wanted to come back tonight, and I was focused the whole time. I thought I was going to wrestle Dardanes, and I was going to win the match, so I was just, on the whole way back, I was just thinking it's time to bounce back.
Did you read or did you watch the flick? What was it? Did you have a flick?
Nah, I mean, we got a great team. I just get along with everyone, talk, and then time goes by pretty quick.
Scott, what was your message at intermission? Because obviously you got the first 4 wins, and then the pin, you probably knew that bonus points were going to be a factor in the second.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than, say, football, right? You don't really have a halftime speech. You got an individual guy you kind of talk to. So I just sat with Gravina for a couple minutes and went over our game plan, and that was really, I didn't really bring the team back together, but our coaches each, got with their guys and kind of went over strategic game plans, how to attack their opponents.
You figured bonus points would probably be.
Yeah, I knew we needed one more, and I was counting on Smith. So I thought we needed one more, whether it be 65, 74, 84, 97. I knew how good they were, obviously, at 74 and 84. So I was hoping either, and I knew 97 would be a tough task. 65 was a big match for us. So I kind of, in the back of my mind, I didn't want to put any more added pressure on Gravina, but that's what I was thinking in the back of my mind, needed that one.
Long term, are you concerned about Roddy?
No, I think it'll be all right. Yeah, everybody's hurt. Find a way to get through it and get your treatments in and get yourself back to never be 100%, not in this conference, and nobody's 100%. These guys aren't 100%. You just got to find a way to be as healthy as possible mentally, physically, and let's go forward and let's start competing again.
As far as individual efforts, what Kenny did, I mean, this season, Big Ten, that's got to rank pretty high, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was a big, he was down 6'2". It's hard to do against, that kid has some tremendous credentials coming out of high school, top recruit in the country, just like Anthony, just at a higher weight. So it's a huge win. It'll go a long way in the Big Ten. That kid's going to win some matches in the Big Ten. So, to be down 6'2", come all the way back, and hope it sends a message to the rest of our guys, keep fighting. But yeah, that's a big win at this level. You don't see a lot of those.
Not to harp on the quick turnaround, but is there anything you do to prepare week out, 2 weeks after that?
You have a strong itinerary and you stick to it, and I think we got enough experience on our staff to, Donnie's been through it obviously quite a bit, so we stick to an itinerary, know what we're doing, communicate with our guys constantly so they have an idea what they're doing, and it was great. We got off the bus, so like I said, 7 o'clock last night, let's get back to work and get our weight off, and that's the kind of the unique part about wrestling, right? It's a weight thing. You know, if we weren't wrestling, maybe we take the night off and get a good night's sleep, but with weight, it's a totally different part of the sport that makes it a little bit more unique, but that was it.
How far is Andrew from being in tip-top wrestling shape?
He's a little bit of ways, as you know, he needs some more time, he needs some more mat time, and there is no time though, Steve. It is what it is, you know. It's not going to get easier, right? It's Morgan McIntosh probably Friday night for Penn State, so.
He knows him well.
Yeah, so it's, you got to wrestle yourself into shape. You got to wrestle yourself into shape.
Because when you've been off for 2 years and you're wrestling a kid like that,
Yeah.
that's a lot to ask, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, this morning he was in the right frame of mind. I'll take a positive out of that. He was in a better frame of mind this morning, and he struggled Friday night. So again, it's about him just wrestling himself into shape. And if he does that, stays positive, he'll be there at the end of the year.
And for him, March is really the target right now with him.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, but that being said, we gotta be wrestling well. We gotta get to that national tournament. You know, I think he'll have. I don't look at the conference. You got 8 or 9 guys in that weight class alone at our conference championships.
Are you satisfied with what Andrew's doing to get there in terms of conditioning? I mean, is his mind there?
You know, it's hard to say how we're going to bounce back from this weekend, right? If you asked me Friday night when he won against Iowa, I'd say, yeah, I love where he's at. You know, that was a good win in front of that crowd. First time in a year and a half wrestling, competing. Now let's see how he bounces back after losing Friday and losing Sunday. You find out a lot about guys, you know, coming off losses. So we'll find out in the next week, and I absolutely anticipate him getting in that room tomorrow. Tomorrow's more of a recovery day, but Tuesday and getting after it again.
Got time for 2 more? I mean, you say, are you curious to see how this team responds off the 3 losses, Penn State coming to town, and are you curious to see what the room's going to be like on Monday?
Our guys are smart. You know, they know. They saw this coming, you know, I guess when the schedule was released in July, right? So they see the gauntlet. It's a gauntlet right now. You know, we got 1, 2, 3, and 9 in the country in the next 4. Well, now we're in our 4th quarter. We'll get number 3, Penn State, but they understand it. They understand it.
I'm sorry, Coach. Steve Falk, I just brought it up in the middle of it, but Damian Hahn, right? I mean, Minnesota. So these guys know what they're I mean, they can't expect an empty arena, Minnesota, right? They know it's.
Yeah, I think they're, you know, they're excited about what they were getting. They knew there was going to be a good crowd today. They're excited about it. And Coach Robinson's been around for a long, long time. He's excited about what's going on here. You know, he's the dean of coaches in the Big Ten. He's been around forever, and he's won national titles. And so he's excited about what we're doing here. He's the innovator of trying to grow this sport every day. So, you know, it's great talking to him and hearing about the positives that are going on at Rutgers and wrestling. But at the end of the day, for us, I think we all want to get our hand raised and win dual meets and win matches, and that's kind of the way we go about it.
Thanks, John.
Thanks again.
Thanks, Bill.